Hey, good people. Here is a quick one, and it's about the events of this week, in which we saw the photos of Kakamega Governor William Oparanya meeting Deputy President William Ruto at his private ranch somewhere in Transmara or Narok County. And this was said to be political consultations which were attended by former Minister Mwangi Kiunjuri, former Minister Rashid Ejesa, among other of DP Ruto's coteries. Now, the significance of that meeting was actually overblown. To me, my best guess, because I've not talked to anybody within the Ruto coalition or with Governor Oparanya's handlers, but my best guess from where I am seated is that probably Governor Oparanya happens to be a neighbor. He may have bought a ranch also in Transmara, and then he heard that his neighbor was home, so he just dropped by to also say hi or get nyamachoma. That's my best guess, because I don't see Governor Oparanya making a move from ODM to UDA, and it's very simple. Look at Governor Oparanya. Who is Governor Oparanya? This is a guy whose success is basically hinged on other people's influence. He's a guy who got his first job. He got his first job by working for Mzee Moi's inner or kitchen cabinet member. He worked for Mzee Salat, the father of Honorable Nick Salat, the former member of parliament of Bomet, who was himself also a former member of parliament during Moi's regime. So Moi's handler or Moi's inner circle, Mzee Salat, is the one who gave Governor Oparanya's first job. So basically, Governor Oparanya's success as an accountant, he owes it to the Salat family, and by extension, the Moi family. Now, professionally, Governor Oparanya was risk-averse. He never took any risks. He has been working for local companies. He worked for Salat for so long, so he never really risked, just like most of his professional colleagues who were much behind him, like, for example, Wazir Hadan Mohammed, who risked and they went on to work for multinational companies. Like Hadan he was poached from Barclays Bank, London, East Africa, and then joined the cabinet. But Oparanya was a risk averse. So from his professional career, you can see that he's a risk averse. He rarely takes bigger risks, but he's a guy whose success is hinged on other people. So he's basically a pro-systems person. He respects systems and he follows protocol. So this is a guy who I don't think, given his character trait, he can be able to take that risk. In any case, he has nothing to gain on the other side, because he's ranked among the top 5 loyal leaders. If you rank them, you rank Musalia Mudavadi number 1. Number 2 probably will be Mukisa Kitui, Moses Wetangula. Then there, actually Governor Oparanya ranks higher than Moses Wetangula. So he's a top 3 loyal politician, meaning if a government was to be formed by His Excellency Musalia Mudavadi, he'd obviously have Oparanya as a minister. If Prime Minister Raila Odinga was to form a government in 2022, he'd obviously appoint Oparanya as a minister. So this is a guy who has more to lose by dumping ODM or the system than going to UDA. So for me, the best case is this. The worst Oparanya will do is to move from ODM to ANC, to Musalia's camp. He can't shortchange 3 critical families. He can't shortchange the Moi family, by extension, the Salat family, the Moi family. He can't shortchange Musalia Mudavadi, and he can't shortchange Raila Amolo Odinga, the guy or the man who made him to be a minister in the year 2007. It's Raila actually who made him a minister in 2007. Raila recommended Wycliffe Musalia, recommended Wycliffe Ambeso Oparanya to be a minister for planning. So it is actually Musalia Mudavadi's camp that also asked the Prime Minister to nominate Ambessa to the cabinet. And it was as a surprise, because Oparanya was not really like a leading light from Western. So he's this safe pair of hands of a guy who presents no risk to the status quo or even to people around him. Everybody is very much comfortable around Ambessa. So this is his nature. I don't think he's going to move. He can't pull that one. Given his character trait, I don't think he can move. So Governor Oparanya will obviously stick with ODM, and the worst he can do is to move to ANC leaders party. This is just, if you analyze his past, it shows that the good governor does not have balls to do that. And in any case, there is nothing to win on the other side. So yeah, he's a good guy, he's a pro-systems guy. You can see that even when he was the chairman of the Council of Governors, he was actually very much pro-system. He was not antagonistic like his friend or his senior, Governor Isaac Ruto, but he was more moderate but very firm. A typical accountant, a typical pro-systems guy. So my Crystal Paul tells me that Governor Oparanya will stick with ODM. At worst, he remove to ANC. He is a Baba guy through and through. He can be, at worst, he can be a Msale guy. So Governor Oparanya is going nowhere. In any case, those who didn't know, Governor Oparanya and Governor Joe have been having a silent Cold War, because when the handshake came, when the mathematics were being done, it was known that either Joe or Oparanya will be the deputy prime minister, and Gideon Moi will be the other deputy minister in the larger scheme of things. So and as you can see that both Joho and Oparanya's fortunes have gone down since the start of this year. We had a by-election in Msambweni in which Governor Joe lost. It also took down his profile. He's now known to be a pepper tiger. He's well branded nationally, but on the ground, Uko Coast, the other two governors seem to have more crowd on the ground. So basically, Governor Muvuria is much more stronger and Governor King than Governor Joe Ukule Pwani, but nationally he is more of a brand. Governor Oparanya also lost in Matungu, also brought down his rating as such. So, but to be honest, I don't see him joining the Tanga Tanga movement. Governor Oparanya will continue working for Raila Odinga, will continue mobilizing for Raila Odinga. He will continue mobilizing for both Raila Odinga, and at worst he can mobilize for Musalia Mudavadi. That is it. There is nowhere Oparanya is going. Oparanya ni muntu wa baba. Oparanya ni muntu wa system. He can't rebel. He has no balls to rebel. Even people like Wetangula, they are, not that Wetangula has balls. Wetangula is a wager. He's a gamble of sorts, but he has balls. He has balls. That's why he was always in Kanu, even when majority of Western was on the other side. But mchana, he can make noise. In the evening, Wetangula is a pro-system guy. This is the guy also was trained by Mutula Kilonzo. So Mutula Kilonzo was a through and through systems guy. So, but anyway, that is it. Oparanya is going nowhere.